Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. I thought I'd come on here and show my face. It has been a while since I've shown my face, but if you watch my latest home channel video, I have a home channel. It is all home DIY, etc. It's called At Home with Claire. If you watched that video last night, you will know that Claire's Crafty Corner is moving. All being well, we still have not got there. Okay, so this is why I need all of your positive vibes. But I thought I'd come on and say thank you so much to those who did watch it, and for all of your love and all of your positive energy that you are sending our way. We are very, very close. We are in touch with our buyers and our vendor, the house we're buying. We're in touch with them via text at all times. So we're all quite confident that none of us are going to pull out at this stage, and hopefully in the next 3 to 4 weeks, Claire's Crafty Corner will have a new home. As it stands, my craft room where I am right now is carnage, utter chaos. It's just horrific. It's horrific. But I thought I'd come on and say thank you so much if you watched that video. And yes, we are moving. A few of you asked whereabouts we are moving to in Northamptonshire. We're moving to a town called Kettering, and that is where Tim is from. That's where my partner's from, and his entire family are there, which is amazing. And I've also got some extended family there, which is insane. From my other side of my English side. So my English side are the Burgesses. And yes, I've only recently learned in the last year or two that I have some Burgesses there, which is amazing. I cannot wait to meet them. Never met them, but we are related. We're cousins, distant cousins. But yes, anyway, I am kind of going off on a tangent. So yeah, firstly, I wanted to say thank you. Secondly, I wanted to show my face, say hello, and I appreciate you all so much. You guys know that. Thirdly, I've just noticed I've got some foil in my hair, which is representative of today's video because there's foil all over my desk right now. I haven't actually tied it up since. I'll get it out. Thirdly, something I have been meaning to share with you guys for ages because I never have really. About 3 years ago, it's got to be 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago, 2020, I designed and created some order books that I sell through Amazon self-publishing. And most of you will know this if you've been with me since 2020. I have a few of you that order them religiously regularly. But I realised I'm not very good at promoting them. So I thought I'd come on for the first time in probably 4 years and show you what I'm talking about. So if you make creations for other people, if people call you up and put in an order to ask you to make them something and you really want to make a note of it, a lot of people will do it digitally. Of course, they'll do it on their laptop, or they'll get like a what do you call it, like a digital download, and they'll print it off, which of course is going to cost money on ink. But Amazon, I published these. So I've got 2 different kinds. I've actually got 3, but one wasn't selling at all, and that was for wood turners, because back in 2020 I was really into my wood turning. I made a wood turners book, but that really didn't sell. So I have these. We have a resin order book. So these are my own photos, my own work. Look at my ocean. Oh, I was so proud of these, and it's back to back as well. So this was a photograph of a video I made using epoxy resin. Even just the photo was, I was so proud. So this is if you are predominantly a resin artist and you take orders for resin pieces. And this is what the book looks like. It's A4 in size, and it has 100, I think approximately 100 order forms inside. And each page looks like this. So I'm actually gonna read this one here to show you. So inside at the top, it says order placed and date and time, customer details, name, address, and then underneath it's got the order. So whether they've just ordered one thing or whether they've ordered multiples, and then quantity, price, discount, and then the total. And then at the bottom, you can just make a log for your own interest. Just date ordered or date stamped, date paid, date stamped, date shipped, and all of that jazz. And then at the bottom, whether or not you sent it tracked, and also a couple of little notes that you might want to make here regarding your order. And that is an order book, and it is absolutely filled with nothing but order forms, and on the back it's got Claire's Crafty Corner. Now, of course, if you are not just a resin artist and you do other things as well, I have this one. It is a generic, it's just a generic order book. It doesn't even have to be for art. It can be for anything. It's a generic book. Again, the image on the front is my own when I did some Jesmonite swipes years ago. But yeah, this was my own work. If you guys remember that video, I just did these really cool Jesmonite swipes. Same thing again. Oh, I had some orders in this one, so I might have to just blur that bit out. Let's go here. Yeah, same thing again. All the same, and there's approximately, I think approximately 100 pages. I need to double check it, but approximately 100 pages, and they are linked below in all of my videos. They have been in my description box now for years and yeah, every country. So I've got like Italy, France, England, well, UK, America, Canada, Australia, they're all in there. So whatever country you're in, hopefully you'll find a link to your country. But at the moment, I'm only really linking these two books, and I've left out the Wood Turners book because it was just taking up so much space. Anyway, I'm really rubbish at self-promotion. I work for lots of different companies, as you know, but when it comes to promoting my own things, I'm not very good. They are here if you create orders for people. Do check out my description box. Again, these are Amazon KDP self-publishing, and I was very, very proud of them. Luckily for me, they are still being sold to this day, and every month I still get a little bit of pocket money to spend on things for my craft room. So yes, I hope you find them helpful. If you take orders, go check it out. Now, let's get into the video. If you just sat through that intro, thank you. You're amazing. Hello, welcome back to my channel. We are on the final ammonite video. I really, honestly and truly could go on forever, but I will link the last video here if you missed it. So many of you gave me amazing suggestions. Honestly, I did decide to go with one that was quite popular, and that was purple and silver. I've just put the purple down on screen because my camera really couldn't cope, so it just gave it something to focus on. I'm going to be using silver foil. So these are the craft silver flakes, I guess you would call it, but they're in the sheet format. I'm going to be using these, and I'm also going to be using the stunning amethyst colour from Homeware Design Co. I'm using their pigments all of the time now, and again, they are linked below. The mould I'm using is the same deep round mould from Moulds and Shapes, and the silicone inlays are the inlays that I've recently made in a video. Again, everything will be linked for you below if you want to get the mould and make it yourself, and the silicone itself is from Let's Resin. Okay. I'm cleaning off the inlay because, again, foil is everywhere. You just saw it in my hair because I only just finished this video this morning. I'm actually thinking, I'm not going to do it. I don't know why. Sometimes I don't want to go out of my comfort zone, but I was thinking of putting 2 to 3 ammonites in this one. A, just for something different, and B, to give it more visual interest and more cavities for your jewellery. One for your necklaces, one for your earrings, one for your nose studs or your ring studs or something like that. But guys, yeah, same old same for Claire. I just feel like the ammonite in the centre of this tray, it's the main character, and it really stands out when it's just one single ammonite in the middle, and I decided to stick with that and go with that. We are using Eco in this video. That was a question I got a lot. Could this be used with Eco? And absolutely yes. I'm using Jesmonite AC100, and I kind of guesstimated how much I might need, so I measured out 100 grams of Jesmonite AC100 liquid, and to that goes 250 grams of the Jesmonite powder. Now, I am sieving my powder. I have found that the results when you sieve the powder are superior to when you don't sieve the powder. You guys will have seen it in my videos. The amount of times I don't sieve it and we get lumps, clumps and bumps and a lot more air pockets as well. But it is silky smooth. It is like the most silky smooth batter, like pancake batter, when you actually sieve your powder. Now, this is the amethyst. One single drop of this amethyst gives you the most stunning, pale, beautiful, summery lilac you could ever want, ever. But I am going for a purple. I want my purple to be purpling, so I'm going to add a few more drops until I'm happy with the colour that I get. Here we have just 3 more drops and already you can see the difference. But again, it wasn't enough for me, so I wanted it darker. I'm going for that very typical Halloween. This is not a Halloween video, but I'm going for that purple. That kind of purple that you imagine seeing at Halloween. That deep, rich, luxurious purple. That's what I want. And oh my goodness, that's what I got. So I would say probably, what was that? 7 drops, 8 drops of the pigment. And this is what we got. It is stunning. And look how silky smooth this Jesmonite is. Now, I've pressed the inlay down into the center of the mold as I did before. But the one thing to know here is that Jesmonite is way heavier than epoxy resin. I have absolutely no fears, no doubts. There is no way on earth that this inlay is going to be able to come away from the silicone mold, rise up and float into the Jesmonite. It just won't happen. It never will happen because Jesmonite is like, it's like being weighed down by a seriously weighted blanket, as opposed to epoxy resin, which is super light in its consistency and therefore the inlay is much more likely to float up. Thank you so much to those of you who've suggested that I use double-sided sticky tape as well, and to the lovely who sent me a link for double-sided sticky tape that I could use to hold my inlay in place. I won't be doing this again anytime soon, although I dare say it will be in my future. I don't need it. You don't need it with Jesmonite AC100. Would you need it for other ecos? I don't think so. Even the watery ones, sure, you might get a bit of seepage under there, but I don't think you'll need it. The one thing I made sure to do was go around the outside edge with my micro brush, because again, Jesmonite is a thick consistency and we don't want those air pockets. You saw me stick my fingers straight in the middle to hold that ammonite down whilst I used my micro brush to get in and around all of the edges of that ammonite inlay, just because the nooks and crannies are real on the ammonite inlay, and that is where bubbles are most likely to form. So you saw me go in there, and you can also see some of the marks that I've left on the surface because I did that, and that would have potentially marked the mold. Hopefully not permanently, but you can see some marks there. But this is what we're looking like. The outer edge is beautiful, as is the inner edge of the ammonite, but look where the bubbles showed up. Why did they do me dirty like this, guys? We've only got 3. We've only got 3 minuscule micro bubbles on the outer edge of the inlay, and I'm not gonna cry about it. It's okay. It's okay. This is what we're looking like. I absolutely love it. As it stands on its own, if you've got somebody who loves purple, I have a few friends here, for Paula and Wendy and Mary, for example, and Ms. all love purple. Beautiful, stunning gift right now on its own, as is, finished and done. And yeah, or a piece of wall art or art for your shelf, but we're not leaving it there. We are not leaving it there. I'm going to be using acrylic sealer as a glue. Now, I've done this before in videos many moons ago. It works a dream. You can stick any foil down to your eco or your Jesmonite using the sealer as a glue, and that is the plan here. Could you use PVA or Mod Podge? Probably, yes. I've never tried it because the acrylic sealer works just fine. The only downside to this is the acrylic sealer dries fast, like really fast. So you have to work fast, act fast. The other thing to mention was that this was left for 24 hours to fully cure, dry out and go cold. You don't want to do this while it's really hot straight out of the mold, because that glue, it just won't stand a chance. It will dry in 30 seconds and you just won't be able to work with it. But this is next day. This is a really cold piece right now. Downside to the Jesmonite AC100 acrylic sealer is that it gets foamy, really foamy. You would have seen that before if you've watched my videos as well. When I use a sponge to apply it, it can get really soapy and foamy, almost like your shampoo when you wash your hair. So the one thing I did do was to go around with a cotton bud and just scoop out that foam
I don't really want it in there. I just want a wet, tacky surface. I counted to 30 and then it was time to lay down the foil. The acrylic sealer is still tacky at this point, so I know that the foil is going to stick. What I really wish I had was a round-headed, so a really rounded head, like a foundation brush, if you like. Soft bristle brush. I don't have one. These are soft, but anyway, this brush was a bit harsh. This brush, not only will the foil only stick to the places that the foil touches, of course the foil is not going to stick to the entire ammonite in one go. It was such a relaxing activity to do. Honestly, I found it very therapeutic and I was able to just get lost in my thoughts of packing boxes. But was it worth it? I kept asking myself, is this worth it? It just felt like such a mess. And then this brush just felt like it was taking the foil off. Now, again, when I've done this in the past, I've just done it on flat surfaces and that works 50,000 times better than it does in all of these little nooks and crannies. But I persevered because we started and we're going to just carry on and see how it goes. But yeah, that was definitely a question I was asking myself. It started sticking to my fingers. It started sticking to my nails. It started sticking to my hair, as you saw at the beginning. And wouldn't be surprised if it also got stuck to George, who is 3 rooms away at this point. So yes, it was a messy one. But I think if you really want to do something, you'll just find a few minutes and just do it. It got messier and messier and messier and messier. And at one point I was honestly like, oh, this is ridiculous, Claire. Why didn't you just use silver metallic pen? Yes, you absolutely could use silver metallic pen. You will get a real block, like an opaque, solid block of silver, and you won't get this organic, more natural, rustic looking, barely covered using the foil. So the two results will look different, but which one is easier? Hands down, it would have been the silver pen. But why would I choose the easy route? I don't know, guys, I don't know. It took time. It took a lot of back and forth, a lot of perseverance, waiting for the first layer to fully dry before I then went in, as you can see now, fully coating it one more time in that acrylic sealer and laying down the final layer of foil. I was trying my best to go so gently, just gently pressing it in with my fingertips to all of the areas that it had missed. And again, this is where I really could have done with a big, fat, juicy, soft, fluffy, rounded head foundation brush, because I feel like that would have been the most gentle way to work with the foil. But this is an hour later. We have 95% coverage and it's fully dry. Fully dry. So at this point, I'm coming in and I'm just brushing off any flakes that didn't quite make it. You can see here the brush is not removing anything. It is fully stuck in there. And I was happy. So it's time to seal it. And again, you can seal the foil. The sealer goes over foil like a dream, no issues. First coat of the acrylic sealer for Jesmonite AC100 has to be the diluted. So 20% water to 80% of the Jesmonite neat. Mix them together. I usually just have it in a little bottle ready mixed, so it's just easy to use. Had a little bit of debris in there. And really all I'm doing for the centerpiece is swirling it around and shaking it all over so that it kind of works and it goes everywhere. Now it's gonna spill out at this point, but that's okay because I need the sealer for the actual purple Jesmonite as well. And I'm just using a flannel here because I can't find my sponges because my life is chaotic and everything is just a mess, and that's okay. So I'm just quickly using a flannel because what do you do? What's a girl to do? I have Chippy, who is here in my live chat most days. Chippy and I have never met. She also lives in the same area as me, the same county, I believe. She's in Essex. So Chippy is coming to my house on Wednesday. We've never met. She's coming to my house on Wednesday. And she's going to help me. She's going to help me from having a complete and utter meltdown. She's going to walk into my craft room. She's going to pass out. at the sheer state of it. Then when she recovers and wakes up, she's going to help me. She's going to help me organise. She's going to help me start packing up. Start packing up Claire's Crafty Corner. Because again, it's weeks out, but I still need to leave things out that I'm going to need to be working on. So it's a hard one, guys. I can't just pack everything away right now. But anyway, I'm coming off of the video. Back to the video. This is what we're looking like. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you think this method is worth it. If all of that silver foil total mess getting everywhere is worth it. I really like the results. I like the organic look of it. I genuinely, hand on heart, believe A, it would be quicker with a pen, but B, you wouldn't get that, you wouldn't get the depth, you wouldn't get the texture that the silver foil brings. And again, it all boils down to who you're making it for. If you love them, you'll spend the time doing it. I really like this one. I wish I had all the time in the world to just keep going and try all of your suggestions. But yeah, again, I don't want to lose you all because I'm doing the same thing in every video. But as far as I know, I am not sure, guys. I am not sure I'm going to have a video this Wednesday. Purely because things are a little bit chaotic right now. And I have Chippy, thank you, I owe you, coming on Wednesday, and we are going to go hardcore organisation on Wednesday. And between now and then, I'm not sure I'm going to get the chance to film. So my next day of filming will be Friday. So please forgive me for no video on Wednesday. If anything, I can go live. Maybe I'll do that. Do you guys fancy a live on Wednesday? I will be hot and bothered and very, very tired. But let me know your thoughts. If you're happy to wait, I will see you all on Saturday. But yeah, I might just pop on and say a quick hello on a live on Wednesday because there probably will be no video at this stage. But anyway, I appreciate you all so much. I hope you feel inspired by this latest round of ammonite inlay videos. And if you are looking to get hold of these inlays, Wendy over at Toompish Crafts has started selling them. She bought the mould. She has made a ton. She is going to start selling them. She already has. They're up on her website. So if you want the inlays that I've been using in my videos, Wendy and myself had lots of talks and she's making them, guys. So you can head over there and buy some from her, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.